Hello everyone! Do you have a great lesson plan and are just waiting to write that class listing for Outschool, but you want to make sure you write it in a great way where you can be optimized in Outschool searches as well as get bookings? Then you are in the right place, my friends. I have the video for you. Hello everyone, I'm Teacher Natalie, the Edtech Wizard. Welcome back to my channel. Today in my video we are going to talk about writing a great class listing so we can optimize your class listing so it can show up in Outschool search as well as get you bookings. So let's get started. First, start with a lesson. Have your lesson already created and written out. This will help you with writing your class description, filling out that box. And I will get to that in a second. But first, start with your lesson. If you need help or guidance with writing a class lesson plan, I do have another video for you that I will walk you through a lesson plan template, which is down linked below. You can grab your lesson plan template for free down below in the description box. I have a lesson plan template, a sample class lesson plan, as well as ideas for what you can put in each section. So if you're interested, go grab that. It is a super helpful tool. So once you have that lesson written, you are ready to write your class listing. A title is a very important piece to have in your class listing, and you want to use keywords in your titles. These are words parents are going to be searching for when they're looking for your class. Are they looking for a counting class? Counting 1 through 10 class? Are they looking for circle time? Type in or put those keywords into your title. What are parents going to be searching for? What words are they most likely going to be using to find your class? Also, brand your title. And what I mean by branding is using the same phrase or same couple of words at the very beginning of your title before you type in the rest of your title. So if you have several cooking classes, your brand could be Cooking with Jamie, and then the rest of your title to describe your class. That way, when parents see another cooking class and your brand pops up, Cooking with Jamie, oh, they're like, oh, I took a cooking class with Jamie and I really liked her. I'm going to book this other class. It was very easy for parents to recognize your class by your brand. And you can have several different brands for your titles. Don't think you have to have one brand for all of your classes, because you might have different classes. If you have a section of cooking classes, brand those cooking classes. If you have a section of math classes, brand those math classes. Crazy for math. And then the rest of your title to describe what your class is. An easy way to let parents know that this is your class. The next area in our class listing is our summary. And this is a one sentence that talks about your class. And again, in your summary, you want to use these keywords so you can pop up in Outschool searches. Now, this summary is not a one sentence teaser about what your class is, and now I have to click on it to learn more about it. This is a one sentence, clear, precise, that tells the parent what my class is about. So an example would be in this one-time class, that is a keyword because maybe parents are searching one-time classes for something. Your class could pop up. In this one-time class, preschoolers, that's a keyword. Preschoolers will learn to count 1 through 10 with dinosaurs. Those preschoolers, I could be typing in classes for preschoolers, one-time classes for preschoolers, counting classes for preschoolers. Those are keywords I can use in my summary. So make sure your summary uses keywords and is precise and very clear on what your class is about. Next, let's talk about the age range. Now, Outschool has a rule that the age range cannot span above 5 or past 5 years, but don't always put that as your age range. Don't create a class that has an age range of 5 years for like a 5 to 10-year-old. Because then you're saying a 5-year-old, a kindergartner, can be in the same class as a 3rd or 4th grader. Those ages do not match up, and developmentally they are very different. And it would be very hard to teach a class to a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old because their levels are going to be completely different. So you want to keep your age range small, and I would recommend within 1 to 3 years. 5 to 6-year-old, 5 to 7-year-old, 5 to 8-year-old at the max. For little kids like 5, 6-year-olds, I would keep it smaller within 1 year because that age is much closer together for the type of classes you are going to be offering. If it's for older kids, 16, 17, 18, then that's okay. They're more better to work together than a middle schooler and a high schooler, or an elementary student and a junior high. That will be very hard. And parents might not enroll their student in a class when they see such a high age range. I wouldn't want to enroll my 5-year-old in a class where there might be a 10-year-old, and vice versa. Parents might not want to enroll. So keep your age range small within 1 to 3 years. Now let's talk about our class picture or class thumbnail. Now you want to also brand your picture. Now what I mean by branding is adding yourself, a little picture of yourself in the corner of your image, or you are your class image. This is a way to brand it. That way your class is parents can easily pick it out from other classes because they recognize you. Oh, I took a class from her. I loved her. Let's see what this class is about. So brand your image with a small image of you, or you are your image. Also use high quality images. The sites Unsplash and Pixabay are great sites for finding high quality, clear, crisp images that you can use. Avoid using images with numbers and letters. You want Outschool to be able to market your classes in their Facebook ads, and it has a hard time doing that when there are numbers or letters in the picture. So avoid using numbers and letters so you can get your classes advertised in the Facebook ads like they're supposed to be. Optimizing your class pictures. Use a thumbnail or a small image of yourself or you in the image. Use high quality images and avoid using numbers and words or finding pictures with numbers or words in them. Next, your class description box. In this description box, you need to fill it out, be very clear, very precise in what you're going to be doing in your class. Leave nothing up to parent imagination or parent interpretation. You don't want them thinking, oh, this is going to happen in this class, even though you didn't say anything, or she said this and it didn't happen in my class afterwards. You want to be very precise in what you're teaching, how you are going to teach it, and what learners will be learning, what activities they will be doing in your class. And if you have multi-day classes, make sure you write out week 1, week 2, week 3, and what you will be doing, what learners will be learning in that week. Also, you want to be free of spelling and grammar. Check it all over before you submit your class. Because parents aren't going to want to take a class if your grammar sounds funny or misspelled words. So check it over before you submit your class. So be very thorough in your class description. Leave nothing up to the parent imagination or up for interpretation. Talk about what you're going to teach, how you're going to teach it, what learners are going to learn, what are they going to do in your class. There are questions for you to answer on the class description box right above it before you fill it out. Follow those questions. In the material section of your class listing, make sure you are very clear and precise on what materials students need. but also give options for materials. So in some of my classes, I use M&Ms for counting, but in my materials section, I say you bring whatever small objects you have to count, and that is fine. You can still participate, still follow along if you have a different object. It does not have to be M&Ms. So give them options, because maybe they don't have M&Ms, maybe the child doesn't like M&Ms. What else can they use? And they can still participate and be totally fine. Also, you have materials that are easy to find or are already on hand. It's hard to sign up for a class when a parent sees all these things and they think, oh, I can't get those things right now, or I don't have these, or I'm not going to go out and buy them, or I can't go out and buy them. So use materials that parents will already have in class. Now, some classes will have to require these certain materials, like a cooking class or a sewing class. You have to have these in order to participate. That is fine. But when and where you can, use materials that are found in the everyday household. You can also make your materials optional. So say you are using a worksheet, or you need this or that in class. Do parents or do participants absolutely need this worksheet to participate, or can they participate on their own blank piece of paper or a whiteboard? Or do they have to have this material, which is fine. Some classes require that. So when you are typing out your materials, just be aware of giving different options that students can bring in replace of what you are listing. And also, are your materials optional? Are there other things they can use in place of and still fully participate? My next tip is to center your classes around a theme. So have a theme to your classes. So if you're teaching counting, instead of just teaching counting, we are counting this object, what if you count dinosaurs or trucks or cars or unicorns? Center classes around a theme, and it makes it more fun for learners, and you might get more learners who are interested in those things. You can have circle time around a unicorn theme. You can have math classes. It's easy to theme math classes. I taught a class once where I was teaching word problems, but all my word problems were centered around a bakery and baking and cooking, and it was a lot of fun. And I had students interested in cooking and baking and seeing how that related to math. You can also center your classes around holiday themes, fall, counting pumpkins or snowmen. Get those seasons and fall classes in to your schedule. So you have several classes winter theme for winter, for Christmas, for Thanksgiving. You can also theme your classes around the holidays and seasons, winter, spring, summer, all of those different things, and can be ideas to center your class around a theme. And themes help bring in learners who are interested about that topic, and they will have a lot of fun in your class, and you will have more fun with themed classes as well. Now, when you are ready to offer your class, look at the calendar for the most requested time and see if you can offer your class during that time. Now, to find this calendar or this schedule of the most requested time, you're going to click on the section tab in your teacher portal, and right under that tab there is a sentence that says click here for guidance of when to schedule your classes, and it will pop up with a chart with a bunch of blue different colors, and the dark blue time sections mean that that's a popular time parents want to take their classes. So if you can, see if you can schedule your classes during those darker blue sections. And if you can't, that's fine. Schedule classes when you can and when it fits your schedule. Because there's going to be a parent looking for a class at this certain time, and maybe your class is the one just for them because your schedule matches the time they can take a class as well. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I hope all of these tips help you to be able to optimize your class listing so you can show up in Outschool searches and get bookings. If you have any questions, please send me an email, and if you are looking to start teaching for Outschool, my referral link is down below as well, and I would be happy to help you. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more videos like this. See you next week, guys.